This is Trip. They said they needed somebody whose mic demeanor matches how the D-League get it hype inside that ice arena. For live action analysis and highlights, you need to let your host on the mic. Mr. Reichert be the light to lead you through life between the pipes. Incite like an encyclopedia. Look inside yourself, find the fight to compete in you. Get in while you can, the numbers doubling fast. Asses in the seats and snap bubbles on the glass. Sign your name on the line for your spot and lock it up. This is hockey. We'll see who talking tough when they drop the puck. Try to keep your teeth and knock it up. Sorry about your luck. You should probably go sit down somewhere safe and get doctored up. Turn it up loud, let it knock in your truck. Or in the office, sound waves ripple through coffee cups. Come on. Log on, lock it in, and lock it up. It's DLeagueRadio.com, let's talk it up. Log on, lock it in, and lock it up. It's DLeagueRadio.com, let's talk it up. Lace your skates up or sit back, reading the tea leaves. You are now tuned into the D-League. If you ain't bumping this in your ride, you need a DD. You are now tuned into the D-League. Leave your TV, come and see it in 3D. You are now tuned into the D-League. It's the best podcast in the biz, better believe me. You are now tuned into the D-League.
Good afternoon, hockey fans. Welcome to more D-League action here on D-League Radio. I'm Matt Whips. I'm joined in the booth by JT Nutt. JT, how you doing today?
Not too bad. How are you doing?
Excellent. So this is the second of 6 games today. We're just coming off the 10:30 game, the Wild Goose versus the Moose. The Goose prevailed 5-0 in that one. Here we have the Voodoo versus the Knights. So JT, what are your thoughts on this matchup today?
You know, you got the first place team in the Knights, haven't lost yet. They've only got a tie most recently. And you got the Voodoo, who are looking for the upset today and certainly have the potential to pull it off.
All right, so the Voodoo come in at 3-7-2 with 8 points. That's good for 5th in Novice. And as JT mentioned, the Knights are in first place, 11-0-1, 23 points. And the Voodoo are led by Jeremy Ernst with 6 goals, Patrick McFarland with 5, and then we've got a kind of a convoy there with 2 goals apiece. Nick Hannes, Lee Patton, Hunter Lee, and Nate McCombs. With the Knights, Carl Kreischer with 14, Ryan Gerhardy with 9, Travis White with 6. And the season series, JT, this is the 3rd meeting. The Knights having won both meetings on October 28th, 3-0, and then in the rematch, December 9th, 4-1. So I look at this game today, and I noticed I was kind of watching the players come onto the ice, and one thing I noticed in the Voodoo's favor is Casey Spear is here today. I know he's had to miss a few games, but he's a big body and a veteran defenseman, so I think he's going to definitely have some say in how this game goes today.
Yeah, anyone who can get out there to slow down the Knights is certainly going to help you out, and big body on defense is a good way to do that because they got a lot of speed on the Knights.
All right, so it looks like we got 11 skaters for the Voodoo and about 14 for the Knights. So pretty much full benches, and we are just about ready to get underway.
All right. Sometimes it helps to have a short bench. You get in and out real quickly, and you get a better rhythm.
All right, so Ryan Kelleher getting ready to drop the puck. Tangled up. Jeremy Ernst emerges with it for the Voodoo. Tried to get around Jonathan Taylor and couldn't. Now the Knights look to clear and do. Comes Jason Shedaway. He tangles with Tom Anderson at the blue line. That's wrapped around where it's going to be retrieved by Ernst. Jeremy Ernst looking to clear. Kept in there. And still Gerhardy emerges from the corner. He fires that, it's deflected wide. McCombs trying to clear, but Jonathan Taylor keeps it in. Good play by Taylor. Spear now right up the middle, but he gets it out where it's taken by Derek Etnier. That's deflected, but right onto the stick of Jeremy Ernst. Has a little trouble corralling the puck. Now it looks to center. Couldn't quite get it around Shedaway. Anderson holds it in at the point temporarily, but now it does come out, and the Voodoo will have to reset as they are offsides.
Jump in and get it a change right there. Don't want to be out there too long.
Yep, good change there by the Voodoo. Get 5 fresh skaters on the ice. Looks like the Knights are looking to do the same as Gerhardy dumps it in, where Spear takes it behind his own net. Just gets it past Curtis Fisher. Now Lee Patton chips it up. That's broken up by Tom Mavridis. And Chrysia brings it up for the Knights. But Hunter Lee intercepts that, and Lee brings it in. He's got Patton with him. Hunter Lee's got a very hard shot, and that just goes wide.
Heck of a shot right there.
Yeah, JT Hunter's got one of the hardest shots in the league, novice or intermediate. He let it rip right there. Now Curtis Fisher brings in. He's bothered by Anderson and Spear. Now the Voodoo emerge again. That's Captain Taylor McKee who gets it up to Travis White. Had a step on Spear, but good recovery there by Casey Spear. Now Lee Patton. He's got McFarland with him. Patton tries to get around McKee, but she breaks that up. And Mavridis gets it up to Travis White. Anderson chips it out. So JT, a lot of neutral zone play here early.
Lots of neutral zone play, and the Voodoo doing exactly what they need to do defensively, keeping it out of their zone. You can't score if puck's not in your zone, so doing a good job keeping the Knights out.
Now Chrysa brings it in. He tried to center it. It just came out of the zone, and the Knights will have to regroup. Mavridis is going to bring it in himself. Passes over to Brad Hall. Hall shoots, and Fraken makes the save.
Big save by Fraken there. He was lucky enough to see it the whole way. Defense didn't get in the way.
So that was a good veteran play by Mavridis. Most guys would have probably just dumped it in, but he took his time, and then he saw Hall coming in late, and it turned into a nice scoring chance for the Knights.
Yeah, and it's rare that the Knights don't capitalize on the scoring chance, but Fraken was up to the task.
All right, so the face-off to the left of Fraken now. One back by Ernst. Battle along the boards. Both teams kind of tied up there. Etnire's going to keep that in. He chips it over to Jonathan Taylor, who dumps it in deep. James O'Reilly now behind the net. He tries to center, but that's blocked by Nick Honest, captain of the Voodoo. Honest wraps it up to McCombs, who tries to spring Ernst. Jeremy Ernst, one of the fastest skaters in novice. Here he comes. Gets it on net, and that's steered aside by Tony Hansen. Rachel Rasevsky back on D. She's going to keep it in. Flips it to the center. Now Hannes gets it at the point. His shot goes wide. Good pressure now by the Voodoo. Hannes again. That one's blocked by Jack Miller. Looking to spring Miller, but Rasevsky breaks that up. McCombs brings it in, but that is offsides.
You know, good play there by Rachel to use her foot as a defenseman to keep the puck in the zone. When you're keeping the puck in the zone, you got to use your stick, you got to use your feet, anything you can do to keep the puck in the zone. That was a great veteran play.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how, as long as you don't use your hands and throw it, you're fine. Block it with your knee, your ankle, your stick, whatever. So the face-off just outside the zone. It's one back by McFarland. Tries to get back to Rasevsky. She's bothered by Hall. And now Hunter Lee intercepts, and he dumps it in. It's wrapped around. Kept in by Mike Taylor. That just goes wide. Now O'Reilly chips it out. Hannes is bothered by Hall. He's going to get there first. Gets it over to Rasevsky. She gets it up to Lee. Couldn't quite get around Tim Gibson. But now Hunter Lee gets it back. Lee enters the zone. He's got Taylor with him. Now McFarland with the puck. He shoots wide.
The Voodoo are getting a lot of shots in this game so far. None of them have gone in, but hey, something's bound to fall eventually.
All right, so Nick Hannes pinches in, gets a nice dump in there. Now it's wrapped around. Shutaway gets there first, but Hannes manages to keep it in on a nice play. Now Etnire tries to reset. He partially fans, and Mike Taylor dumps it in deep. Now the Knights looking to reset. Hannes keeps it in again. Good pressure by the Voodoo. Now Gibson looking to clear. That goes off a skate. And now finally the Knights do clear. And this is going to go the length of the ice for an icing. 13:45 to go here in the first, still scoreless. Voodoo versus the Knights. Great to have you with us here on D-League Radio.
D-League Radio is brought to you by Red Dragon Herbs. With the cold weather upon us, especially today, is it better than a chilly day than have a nice hot cup of tea? They specialize in hot loose leaf teas from around the world. You can find them at reddragonherbs.net.
And so the face-off to the right of Hansen. That one's cleared. This one's just going to go wide. But they're going to wave off icing as Spear is going to play that for the Voodoo. He's up to McCombs. He chips it out just past McFarland. But now McCombs again. Back to McFarland. McFarland's got a step. He shoots, and that's snagged by Hansen.
Nice shot. He had a cut. It was a 3-on-1, but he took the open shot and just missed it. Couldn't have made a pass, but pretty well defended. Good choice there to shoot it. Just glove save right there.
Well, as we often say, it's never a bad idea to put a puck on net. And they did that there, and Hansen did a great job of not allowing the rebounds because there were two other Voodoo players ready if there was. All right, so Anderson looks to keep it in. That just comes out of the zone. So he gathers the puck. He's going to bring it in himself. He dumps it in. Now he's going to pursue it. Tom Anderson still deep. Now we're going to have a penalty call. It's going to be a trip.
Trip on.
Looks like that's going to be Don Papian.
Okay. I was too busy watching the puck. I guess I missed it, but he goes to the box without argument. Get an explanation from the referee about what happened. He's cool with it, so. But that's not what you want if you were the Voodoo right now.
No, that's playing with fire. But the first place team does not need your help, and they just got it. And now the Knights have the one-man advantage for the next 2 minutes. That one's won back so cleanly it comes out of the zone. So Mavridis is going to gather it for the Knights as they set up. Tries to get around Ernst. Chips it up where it's taken by Anderson. Tried to dump it deep, but Kreischa intercepted that right on the red line. That's broken up by Ernst, Jeremy Ernst. Great dump in, and he will do that as often as he can. Try to kill this penalty.
Yeah, any way you can kill 2 minutes, get it done.
Anderson chips it out where McKee takes it as the Knights look to reset. Tried to get around Anderson, but he blocks it. Here comes Tom Anderson. Gets it on net. Hansen has to make the save. Anderson on the backhand. Hansen had to make another save. So good pressure by the Voodoo.
One-man wrecking crew out there right now. Whoops.
That was Travis White who collides.
We got bodies everywhere.
A little friendly fire there.
That's going to be on the Knights.
Everybody's okay, though.
Oh, okay.
Ernst again. And here comes Travis White. He's bothered by Spear. Casey Spear. Gets around Crisis. Spear still has it. He's got Ernst with him. Good play there by Mavridis. Good poke right at the blue line to break up that scoring chance. Jeremy Ernst, JT, is seemingly everywhere. He made another nice play there.
He did a smart play. Instead of chasing the puck, he stayed in the neutral zone and let the defense get behind him, and they end up getting the puck right back.
So just about 10 seconds to go now in the penalty. And as is often the case, sometimes in our league, the team shorthanded ends up with the better scoring opportunities, and that's what happened there.
Well, it's not like you have a whole lot of time to practice your power play, so.
All right, so both teams back to full strength. 9:35 to go here in the first, still no score. Now Mike Taylor brings it in. Jonathan Taylor, check that.
It's too many Taylors.
Well, you got him on both teams, too.
I know, and we're even missing one.
Rasevsky tries to get up, but Hall intercepts. He centers. That was behind James O'Reilly. Etnier gathers, but couldn't quite get it around Patton, who dumps it in. Partially fanned the shot. Patton gets it back. Patton shoots.
Oh.
Big save by Hansen. Just got a pad on that.
And it looks like he had someone right there down their back door as well. So McFarland was right there for an easy rebound, but just on the wrong side of his stick.
And Rachel Rasevsky just made a beautiful play in the neutral zone to deny that pass up to James O'Reilly, because otherwise he was gone.
Yeah.
Great defensive play by Rachel. Now O'Reilly brings it in. He shoots. That goes just wide. Hall's going to keep it in for the Knights. That one's blocked. Taylor gets there first.
Oh.
Deflected. Fraken turns that aside, and now McFarland emerges for Voodoo. He overskates. Now Jack Miller for the Knights. Tries to get around Rachel, but Rasevsky steers that to the corner. Still battling. Miller tried to get it up to O'Reilly. Now back to Miller. That's broken up. So good pressure here by the Knights. Voodoo looking to clear, and finally do. Here comes McFarland. He's got Patton with him. He's bothered by Miller, and he's just going to dump it deep. Or Etnier will gather it in. Tried to get up, but partially fanned. McFarland gets it back, shoots.
Oh.
Hansen had that in his pads, and he did what the smart thing, if the goalie's not sure, just don't move.
Exactly that, and it was a little bit loose in front, but the ref lost sight of the puck, and yeah. Man, another good scoring chance for the Voodoo, who have pretty much just dominated this game early on.
Well, it's obvious they came in with the game plan of just playing it straight up, and they're doing that so far and doing a very effective job of it.
And as we say that, here goes a breakaway the other way.
And here comes Shedaway. He shoots and scores. So Fraken got a piece of it, but Jason Shedaway had so much on that puck that it managed to elude Fraken just enough to trickle in, and the Knights open the scoring.
Man, I just totally jinxed the Voodoo. Sorry, guys. Didn't mean to do that, but man, they just that's the way the Knights do it, though. They just get one opportunity and they capitalize. So,
all right, so 1-0 Knights. 6.5 to go here in the first. Spear now behind his own net. Reverses course. McKee is going to get there first. She dumps it deep, but that's blocked and comes out of the zone. Taylor McKee gets it back. Now she fires it in there. Where it's taken by Anderson. Anderson doesn't get it around Shedaway. That's deflected wide where it's taken by Spear. Spear tries to hit Hunter Lee, but that jumps off his stick. Icing waved off, so Hansen comes out to play it. McKee sends it right up the edge. It's intercepted, though. Hunter Lee with the puck. Trying to get around Gibson. Good play by Tim Gibson to thwart that scoring chance. Shedaway trying to get up to Gerhardy, but Spear gets there first.
And look who's in the neighborhood. Ernst once again right there.
Now it's cleared by Spear. McKee chips that back in, but it's deflected by Ernst. Here comes Jeremy Ernst trying to get around McKee. Good play there by Taylor McKee to tie him up.
Ooh, going to call a penalty on that. I think he just lost an edge. Should be tripping on McKee on Ernst.
So Taylor McKee goes to the box, and now it's the Voodoo with the power play. Now, if the last penalty was any indication, the Voodoo better watch out because it's the shorthanded team that usually gets the scoring chances.
Yeah, you just keep it simple on the PK, and sometimes that's a better way of doing things.
4:40 to go here in the first, still 1-0 Knights.
Well, they've only got 3 out there. We've got 4.
Yeah, you don't want 5-on-3 guys unless it's official.
Yeah.
McFarland tries to win it back and does. It's kept in by Spear.
Uh-oh.
Tried to get over to Anderson, but Mervitas got there first, but good keep in by Don Papian. Now Etnier looking to clear. He sends it up and just gets it out. So the Voodoo will reset as Spear gathers it in his own zone. Casey Spear chips it up to McCombs. Mavridis gets there first and he chips it out. Now Tom Anderson gathers it for the Voodoo. Sends it right up the middle. That misses everybody. Now Hansen's going to gather. He fires it around. Spear's going to keep it in. Tries to skate around Mavridis, but he was stood up, and it's chipped out, where it's taken by Anderson.
Whoa.
Tom Anderson overskates it, but managed to regroup just enough, because Travis White was right there in the slot to take it otherwise.
You got the Voodoo kind of right now kind of standing still. You got to keep your feet moving, move towards down the ice, give your guy someone to open for. Open pass.
Okay, Mavridis pinches in for the Knights. He's looking to kill some more time on this penalty, and wisely takes it back to Kreischa as this penalty approaches down to 30 seconds. That's intercepted, that pass for Etnier. Now it's McCombs who brings it in. Nate McCombs centers.
Oh.
That just goes past McFarland. Travis White now is going to fire it down.
Kill another 10 seconds of penalty by dumping it all the way down.
Now Anderson takes it as both teams change. Anderson's going to bring it in himself. Chips it in and now chases it. Jonathan Taylor gets there first, wraps around where it's kept in by Patton. Lee Patton gets it on net.
Oh.
Anderson with the deflection, but Hansen turns that aside.
Once again, right there, just couldn't get it in. But to keep getting up those opportunities, eventually one's going to get in.
Now both teams back at full strength. A little over 2 minutes to go, 1-0 Knights. Ernst now, he intercepts and dumps it deep. That's fired around by Taylor, or Brad Hall gets it now. Hall gets around Anderson. Hall still with it. Trying to center it to Miller, but that's broken up by Spear. Casey Spear is going to bring it up himself. Still with the puck. Chips it up. Gets around McKee. Spear still with the puck. Has it in the middle. Spear poke check by Hansen. Now Hunter Lee gets it. Big save. All kinds of activity there.
Man, he lost his stick and everything, and then lots of action right there. Uh-oh.
Good back check there by Ernst, but we're going to have a penalty. And it looks like Tom Anderson's going to go for Voodoo.
Tom Anderson just killed somebody. Who is that? It looks like...
That is James O'Reilly.
Okay.
Gets up a little slow, but appears to be okay.
He'll be all right, so...
But JT, an incredible sequence down there. Hansen made the first save on a fantastic poke check, but lost his stick in the process. And then Hunter Lee gathered that puck and got another hard shot off. So great chances by the Voodoo.
You take a heck of a chance poke checking like that, because if you missed, that net was wide open, and he was probably a good 4, 5, 6 feet in front of the net. But man, just the Voodoo just couldn't get it in. But man, they've had their chances this afternoon.
All right, so just under 40 seconds now as the Voodoo attempt to kill their second penalty of the day. That one's centered, but it goes past everyone. Now Shedaway gathers it. Puck on net, but that's steered aside by Fraken. Now it looks like that net came off its moorings. That'll just about do it for the period.
And if you're the Voodoo, you're fine with the net coming off the moorings and killing the rest of this period.
So that will do it as we're under 3 seconds to go. And that is the period. So after one, the score is Knights 1, Voodoo nothing. And JT, I would say, although the scoreboard doesn't reflect that, the Knights had a very solid first period.
The Knights are the Voodoo.
Well, Voodoo, excuse me.
Okay, I was going to say the Voodoo, yeah, except for one breakaway that they gave up. And, I mean, just face-off win and guys going the other way, and not much you can do on that. And Fraken did the best he could. He got enough. A piece of it, just not enough. It was in the back of the net. But, yeah, the Voodoo have absolutely controlled the tempo from the beginning. The more the puck is in the neutral zone, the better it is for them. Because, yeah, as we see, it doesn't take the Knights long to score. They get a chance, they're going to bury it.
Yeah, so again, the only goal scored at 13:01, Jason Shedaway, even strength and unassisted. Shot 7-3 in favor of the Voodoo for that period, which doesn't surprise me given the pressure they were able to apply. So if you're the Voodoo, although you're down by one, do you change anything for the second period?
Absolutely not. Keep doing what you're doing. You're getting lots of chances not only are you getting shots off? You're getting rebounds, and you got guys right there. So, I mean, just takes one to tie it up. And, I mean, you're not far away from tying it up. It's been a lot closer than the scoreboard says.
So the second period, of course, is the period of the long change. This is where you got to be careful about your shift changes because they can lead to some big scoring chances as well. And that, of course, applies to both teams.
Yeah.
Minute 22 to go in the penalty to Anderson. So Voodoo has some more work to do to get this thing back to even strength. And we're just about ready. Want to remind you that, as always, D-League Radio is brought to you by the Keg Stand, now in its 4th year of being our primary sponsor. Located at 3530 Westtown Parkway, West Des Moines. Over 90 beers on tap with tappings every week. Food specials all day, Monday through Friday, and open until 2 a.m. 7 days a week.
Good chicken wings, too.
Oh, yeah. Good food there at the Keg Stand. All right, so we're underway here in the second as the Knights look to set up the power play. Hannes will get it for the Voodoo. He's looking to kill some time and just fires it down. And that's a hard shot.
That's a heck of a shot right there. That got a lot more interesting than I thought it would be.
Even from his own blue line, Hansen better be sharp because that's got some pace to it.
He had a paddle on it. He deflected it away. That could have been deflected into the net.
Here comes Hannes again. This time he's got some room, so he's going to bring it in. Nick Hannes, shorthanded. Shoots and just blocked aside by Hansen. Tony didn't know where that was.
He had no clue.
Now
Still has no clue.
McCombs on the doorstep. Now Gibson's going to bring it out for the Knights. Got Gerhardy in the middle, but that McFarland's going to break that up and clear.
Perfect positioning right there to break up the pass.
McKee now for the Knights, waiting for her teammates to get on sides. Gerhardy takes it right up the middle. That's broken up by Nick Hannes. So that will just about do it for the power play as it's down to 5 seconds. Good keep in there by Lee. Hunter Lee looking for some help. Lee still with the puck. That was deflected by Gibson into the corner. Hannes looking to keep that in and does. He centers for Lee, but that's broken up by Kreisa.
Tom Anderson with a nice play.
That's chipped out. Kreis in pursuit. Hannes gets there just in time and clears. Now Lee, he's got Ernst. Gets it up to Ernst. Jeremy Ernst, one-on-one against Taylor. Ernst back to the middle, but just ahead of Lee. Kreis now for the Knights. Tries to get around Hannes. Good poke check there by Hannes. Hannes again with the puck. Still with it. Fires it just wide.
Good Lord, that's a shot.
Lee centers. That's just behind Hannes. Ernst kept it in temporarily. Now it's Kreisa. He centers. Curtis Fisher now. That's chipped off his stick by Hannes, but kept in. Good play by Etnier. Center to Kreisa right in his skates. That one's fired. Frakens turns that aside on the shot by Travis White. Now Kreisa has it. Gets it back to Mavridis. Tom Mavridis. He shoots. That goes just wide. Kreisa now for the Knights.
Kreisa's everywhere right now.
He centers. That goes all the way through. Taken by White. Tries to get it up. But that is intercepted and cleared by Don Papian. Good play there.
Not enough for an icing, though. Kreisa made the switch from rollers to ice, and, man, he's adapting quickly.
Now O'Reilly behind the defense. Gets around Ernst. Gets it over to Hall. Hall's bothered by Anderson. Tom Anderson. Chips it past O'Reilly. And now it's the Voodoo who emerge. McCombs up to Anderson. Anderson gets it over to Patton. And now crisscrosses with him, and that goes just wide. McCombs tried to center that. It hit the post. Centers to Anderson, who gets a shot, and Hansen makes a save. JT Anderson might have been just a little too close that time.
Yeah, sometimes you get sucked down too low, and then you don't have enough time to react on a puck. You got to be a couple feet away, a couple more feet away, gives you more. Just that little half second is all that you need.
Spear now looking to clear and does. Tried to get up to Patton, but Etnier fielded that. But now Patton gets behind Etnier. Lee Patton, he's bothered by Mavridis, who's going to get there first. And gather the puck behind his own net. Tom Mavridis brings it up looking for Hall, but Anderson bothers him and keeps it in temporarily. Now it's cleared where it's taken by McCombs. Gets it over to Spear. Casey Spear.
Tom Anderson with just pants, no actual breezers at all, kind of going at the Curtis DeSales look right now.
McFarland gets it on net. Hansen's going to hold that. And with 15:15 to go in the second, still 1-0 Knights. But JT, much like the first period, it's the Voodoo who are carrying the play.
Controlling the tempo. I'll tell you what, Tom Anderson's been all over the place too. That guy can skate, and he's all the defensemen on the Voodoo stay out there for an extended period of time, don't get tired, and keep the energy up, and even bring it in the offensive zone. They've played really, really, really well.
McFarland now tries to win the draw. Does, gets it back to Taylor. That just emerges from the zone. Now the Knights have to regroup. Now it's Shedaway with the puck. He's going to dump it deep. And Gibson's going to get there for the Knights. He centers, but that's blocked. Now Anderson chips it up and just gets it out where McKee will take it. She's going to dump it back in. Spear gathers it behind his own net and fires it around. Gets it up to McCombs.
Nice pass.
Chips it up to McFarland. That's broken up nicely there by Taylor. Tries to Gerhardy, but good play by Anderson.
He's everywhere again.
The two names we keep saying are Anderson and Ernst.
Yeah, both guys with a little bit of speed too.
Yeah, that's not a coincidence.
No.
All right, Mike Taylor dumps it in deep now where it's gathered by Hansen. Voodoo in the midst of a line change. Taylor fires it up for Shedaway. He's got Gerhardy with him, but he's bothered by Spear. Casey Spear ties him up.
Tom Anderson again.
Wraps it around for Taylor. Mike Taylor. Kind of a dangerous pass there, but he got just out of the zone where Hunter Lee takes it. Lee tries to get around Gibson, gets the puck back. That's fired wide. Now there's our friend Anderson again.
On the marathon shift.
Now Gerhardy chips it out. Spear will get there first. Calmly gathers it. He's going to take it all the way behind his net. Spear now, just about had it taken off his stick.
Yikes.
Now Gibson gets it over to Gerhardy. Good back check there by Jeremy Ernst.
He'll get that over. Looks like he's trying to get that to Hunter Lee.
Lee tries to chip it out and does. A little bit behind Ernst. And McKee had a nice poke check there. And we've got a offsides, it looks like.
Okay. Gibson just a step before the puck got over there. Close call, but correct call. Talk to you about So Cherry down. Whether you're looking for a new custom jersey for any sporting event or some fantastic t-shirt, So Cherry's a one-stop shop for all your specialized needs. They're the official outfitter of D-League Radio.
So Rachel Wasewski chips it out. Ernst tries to get to Etnier, but he's going to get there first. Good hustle play there by Ernst, though, to keep it in. Ernst centers. That's steered aside by Hansen. Ernst now behind the net. Tries to wrap around. That's steered aside. Now Kreischa for the Knights. He's going to bring it up. Looking to get around Hannes. Steers first, though, around Hunter Lee. Partially fans on it. Now Hunter Lee tries to get around Mavridis and does. Lee still with the puck, shoots.
Oh.
Right into the breadbasket of Hansen. But again, Hunter Lee, another guy who can really rip it, and he got all of that one, JT.
He got all of that one, tried to go 5-hole, just got a little bit high and hit it right goalie dead midsection, and he didn't give up the rebound. Hansen's positioned perfectly, and that's a big body in net right there.
Yeah, Tony's a veteran goaltender, and he's always, as I've seen, square to the shooter, which makes such a difference.
Yeah, that's step one for being a good goalie, is always making sure you're squared up. Oh.
One back by McFarland, gets it over to McCombs. That one goes wide. Rachel Rasevsky stands up. Travis White, a very good play there.
She's had a couple of good pokes this game, so it doesn't matter, how big your defenseman is. You just got to get the stick in the right place, and you'll get the puck and going the other way.
Now the Knights set up. Kreisa, he shoots. That just goes wide. That was deflected.
That's what you want, a shot from the point, get a deflection, and hope the goalie doesn't have enough time to react, and that almost happened to Fraken there.
And McFarland, if he could get it up to McCombs had a step, but he couldn't quite get it to him. And now Mavridis again tries to clear and does. It's taken by White. White's got Kreisa with him. White shoots. That goes wide. Big rebound up front. Kreisa again. That goes wide.
Wow.
So lively boards here at Bucks Arena as a couple pucks came right back out.
For just hard enough shot, it goes right back into the middle of the slot. I also want to take this time to talk about Eggs and Jam. Eggs and Jam located at 1907 EP True Parkway, the breakfast and brunch restaurant that's taking Des Moines by storm. They're open to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Wednesday through Sunday. Eggs and Jam in West Des Moines.
All right, the face-off to the left of Fraken now. That one's won by the Knights, but it's steered out by the Voodoo. Here comes Hunter Lee. If he can get there first, slightly overskates it, but a good defensive play there by McKee to tie him up. Now O'Reilly gets it up to Hall. Brad Hall, back to O'Reilly. He centers, but that's behind Gerhardy.
That'll be nice. Bradley, I think he expected him to keep going, and he kind of slowed down. O'Reilly slowed down just a little bit. That he wasn't there for the pass, but right play by Brad just maybe could have helped a little bit. Got the flowing locks going again today.
Yeah, O'Reilly definitely thought Hall was going to shoot that puck, but even on a give and go like that, you always want to go to the net, and that's something that O'Reilly will definitely do next time. All right, Miller wins it back. Hall gets it back to McKee. She just keeps it in. Now she dumps it down deep where it's taken by O'Reilly.
Whoa.
Centered around, and Fraken had to be sharp there on the wraparound. Hall still with the puck.
That was a little too close for comfort.
Taylor keeps it in at the point, but now Hunter Lee does chip it out. So JT, these big bodies, especially Hunter Lee and Casey Spear, are making a big difference for the Voodoo today.
Absolutely, and there's some big bodies on both sides out here, but yeah, it's Hunter Lee is a big kid. Lee Patton's not very small either. I think that beard added an extra couple 10 pounds too.
All right, now Miller brings it in. He's trying to get around Spear. Spear keeps him to the outside. Now it's chipped out by Anderson. Hall's going to gather it just inside the red line and dump it over to O'Reilly. O'Reilly bothered by Anderson. That goes wide. Now Miller centers for Hall. Brad Hall shoots it over the net. O'Reilly chips it in deep.
Bradley brought his 9 wedge on that shot.
Miller now centers, goes all the way through, where it's taken by O'Reilly, chipped out, and that was a great defensive play by Ernst because Hall was right there on the doorstep.
That's a great play by the center, being in the right spot to just sweep it away.
Now it's the Knights who are carrying the play as O'Reilly tries to center. Backhanded by Hall, but that's steered aside by Fraken, and now Anderson's going to chip it out.
I think that's the longest that the Knights have been in their own zone. Or they're in attack zone.
Lee keeps it in off the hustle play from Anderson. Taylor's going to wrap it around, but Hunter Lee breaks that up, keeps it in. Lee still with the puck. But now here come the Knights. Gerhardy tried to get around Spear, but nice play by Casey Spear.
Gerhardy looking for his 10th goal.
Gerhardy gets it back, gets it on net, but Fraken steers that aside, where it's taken by Gibson, who centers. Gerhardy has Shedaway in front if he can get it to him. He's bothered by McFarland. Back to the point where Taylor takes it. He shoots it. That's deflected wide. Good pressure now by the Knights. Anderson just takes that away. And that was a little dicey. If you handle the puck in front of your own goalie, you better be sure.
Yeah, no kidding. But all's well that ends well. And getting some instruction from the ref right there. Can't see who that is, but
well, that was Spear. Not sure what he was talking with the referee about. Something about holding your stick.
Yeah, his ref didn't like something, but hey, that's what this is about. Refs helping guys out. All about getting better.
Resulted in the icing call. Shedaway dumps it to the corner where it's taken by Papian. Papian fires, and I don't think this is going to make it. No, Hansen comes out to play that because he knew that was not going to be an icing call. Etnier chips it out where Papian dumps it back in. Now Mavridis up to Gerhardy. Gerhardy chipped it over to the side. Papian gets there first and he clears. Etnier dumps it back in deep. Knights are offsides and we'll have to regroup. It's taken by Spear.
And that'll trickle down towards net and played by Hansen.
All right, so Tom Mavridis has it. Steers around McFarland. Gibson and Shedaway come together, but that puck squirts free. Now Mavridis will take it again. Takes a look and just clears the zone. That's deflected, so no icing.
Casey Spear will take his time.
4:45 to go, still 1-0 Knights here in the second period.
Ooh.
So Mavridis gets around McCombs. Tom Mavridis still with the puck. Now tangles with Ernst, who emerges with it. Jeremy Ernst comes in with speed, but just overskated the puck, and now the Voodoo are off sides as Kreisa gets it just off the bench. Spear gets there first.
And we'll have a trip. Tom Anderson, I believe that is going. Yep, goes right to the box. He knew he did it.
So the Voodoo, again, playing with fire as they go to the penalty box for the third time this game. And more importantly, one of their best players today, Tom Anderson, is off the ice for 2 minutes.
He's probably their best penalty killer. The guy can skate everywhere, and I think he might even have an odd man rush earlier. Short-handed chance earlier, if I remember correctly. But yeah, he's a good skater, and they're going to miss him out there. And then we got another one going.
Well, it looks like Patton's going as well. Not sure what the call is going to be there. But this is a huge part of this game now. I thought it was going to be 5-on-3. It is going to be 5-on-4. In any event, it is a power play for the Knights.
Did they not like the way that Anderson came off the ice, maybe?
I'm not sure what that was. We'll sort that out between periods here. Because when I saw Patton head to the box, I assumed it was going to be a 5-on-3, but that is not the case. It is a 5-on-4 power play.
Huh. Either way, it's 5-on-4, and here we go.
So that one's won back by Kreisa. McKee shoots it, but that's blocked and cleared by Ernst. McKee now gets it up to White. White brings it in. He used Rachel as a screen there very effectively, and Fraken just got over there in time.
Fraken luckily saw it the whole way, otherwise that would have been the back of the net. But hey, once again, you're squared up to the shooter, and you're squared up to the shooter, good things are going to happen as a goalie.
All right, so the penalty about half over now. Face off to the right of Fraken. Cleared back to the point where Mavridis has it. Tom Mavridis, he fires, but that's blocked. And Ernst emerges. He pressures Etnier. Derek gets there first. Now here's the Knights again. And that one's just offsides.
Chris was just a couple steps, and that was right off Ernst's ankle there. That stings a little bit. You can see he's favoring a little bit, but he's getting off the ice. He'll be fine. But yeah, you get a puck right on your ankle, even though you got a shin guard. It does not feel very good.
Well, and if you block a puck very high in the zone like that, oftentimes it can lead to a breakaway going the other way, and Jeremy just missed getting one there.
Yeah, and he's got enough speed to do it. Just got around him.
So Hunter Lee dumps it in deep. Hansen will gather for his defenseman, Etnier. Etnier, he's bothered by McFarland, but he manages to clear it. Now McCombs dumps it in deep.
That didn't miss by much.
Yeah, the Voodoo have shown in this game they're not afraid to shoot it from anywhere.
Hey, dial up long distance. He might actually connect. Keep it up. He might get one in. Doesn't matter how it gets as long as it gets in.
Etnier clears it up to White. So although Patton has come out, Anderson remains in the box. So the Knights get another 2 minutes of power play time.
Huh.
But now it's the Voodoo who emerge with it as McFarland brings it in. He's got Lee. Decides to shoot it himself, and Hansen turns that aside. Now Hannes at the point.
Had Bradley Hall coming on him fast.
Taylor now gets it up to Lee, who had a nice deflection, but Hansen makes the save.
Hansen, once again, that big body, even on his knees, he almost takes up the entire net. They just couldn't get the right deflection, but man, it was almost there. Voodoo keeps this up, they're going to get one. I mean, you just hope they don't get discouraged because they haven't got the result they wanted yet.
This is the second period will expire here as we're under 5 seconds. And that will do it. So, after 2 periods of play, the score remains 1-0 in favor of the Knights. And JT, the first place team, the Knights, are not used to being only ahead by such a small margin this late in the game.
I don't think they're used to being outplayed either. This is definitely the Voodoo have out-hustled them. They've controlled the puck in the neutral zone. I mean, they missed on a couple passes here and there, but they've just completely taken it to the Knights, and this might be, game plan for other teams trying to take down the Knights, who are way out in front in first place in the novice.
Well, you can't coach size. We all know that. And the Knights are definitely a very large team, but the Voodoo has some big boys out there today, too, and they're making their presence felt. We've talked about Spear and Hannes. Anderson's not a small guy. They're all making good plays, and they've got speed as well.
Yep. And there's a little discussion right now between the captain, Anderson, and the ref, so maybe the refs didn't like something that Anderson did or maybe said something, I don't know, but just a little discussion. That's what I like about this league is the refs are willing to come over and tell you what you did wrong, what you need to do next time so you don't do it again.
Yeah, as far as the penalty summary, the only penalty showing for the Voodoo is Anderson for interference, and they're calling it at 19:27. The penalty for Patton is not listed, so maybe that will be added later. So we'll try to get a more clarification on that if we can. But the score remains 1-0 on the goal from Shedaway back in the first period. And that period was 4-4 on shots. So it remains the Voodoo who are ahead 12-8. But, of course, the only stat that really matters is on the scoreboard at 1-0 Knights.
4-4 sounds about right because, it was definitely a little bit back and forth action there. Still, Voodoo, keep doing what you're doing. You might actually get a goal here. And, hey, maybe you can actually finally put a loss in the Knights column there in the middle.
So 18 minutes, of course, here in the third to allow for stoppage time if it's still within a 2-goal differential with 2 minutes to play. And we're back to the settings of the first period where the Knights defend the south end, the lounge end.
Lounge is full again today.
Yep, good crowd there up in the lounge enjoying some great CIDL hockey.
And being out of the 2-degree temperatures outside.
Well, that helps too. All right, Rasevsky clears. So now, JT, we've got Anderson in the box, but 5-on-5 play out on the ice.
So maybe he got a 10-minute? I don't know. Doesn't seem like he's going anywhere in a while. I don't know if he's got a Snickers or not, but.
All right, Ernst now brings it out for the Voodoo. He's got McCombs in the middle. Ernst still with the puck. He shoots that wide. Hall gets there first, and he's going to clear. Actually kept in nicely by McCombs. Puck bounces over Taylor's stick. McKee's going to gather it for the Knights. She gets it over to another Taylor, Jonathan Taylor. Rasevsky chips that in, but the Voodoo are off sides. And just now reset. Clearing attempt up to Hall. Spear takes it off the stick of Miller. But Hall gets it back and chips it back to his defenseman. That's a good play. You don't see that much in our league, and it's always a good play to chip it backwards to your defenseman if you need more room.
Yeah, they've got a much better view of what's going on and can get it out to the right slot and right angle. And guys need to use your point. And you need to do that a lot more in this league.
And of course, I'm speaking of both intermediate and novice.
Yes, absolutely. I know what you're saying. Spoken like a true defenseman who's probably looking for a puck.
Well, maybe, yeah. All right, so Gerhardy now for the Knights. He's going to bring it in himself. Tries to get around Rasevsky. She forces him to the outside. Tries for the wraparound. Hall was there, but a good save by Fraken.
They had 2 to 3 green jerseys right there in front of the net, and the net's off the moorings again, maybe. Yep, just got deflected off. So, but that's something that the Voodoo has done really well, is make sure they've got someone around Fraken at all times to get away all the rebounds and all that, because if there's one team you don't want to give rebounds to, it's the Knights, because they're going to bury it every single time.
Well, and that was a perfect example of how the Voodoo miss Anderson with him being in the box, because that's the sort of play that he normally disrupts. But, of course, being in the box, he's unable to do that. All right, so the Knights again regroup. Mavridis up to Shedaway. Shedaway's got Gerhardy in the middle, but Spear breaks that up, but now Gerhardy gets it back. Ryan Gerhardy, that's broken up by Hannes, but Gibson's there. He shoots it wide. Good pressure now by the Knights. That's cleared right up the middle, but Hannes gets it out. It's dumped back in by Etnier. Now Hannes will take it for Voodoo.
Fraken almost throws the puck there and then got it to his defenseman.
That one deflects, but it's go on goal, so Hansen will play that. Hansen calmly chips it over Hunter Lee.
From his knees the whole time.
Now Gerhardy again. He's got Shedaway with him. Tries to get around Spear. Still has the puck. Gerhardy shoots. Big save by Fraken. Puck still loose. And just wide by Shedaway. And now it's a free-for-all. Hannes kept the puck out.
Diving attempt by Hannes there to keep it out. Otherwise, this is a 2-0 game.
So big sequence of events there that could have made this 2-0, and the Voodoo somehow keep that puck out.
Offsides and the net's off. They're having issues with the net staying on the moorings in this far side, so Franklin will take a little lap around, and while we'll do that, we'll talk about D-League Radio. It's brought to you Red Dragon Herbs. With the cold weather upon us, you can enjoy the nice loose leaf tea, such as apple mint and autumn cranberry. Check them out at reddragonherbs.net or at the farmer's market.
The farmer's market seems a long way away right now here in the tundra of January, but it will come. It always does.
Eventually.
All right, now Spear chips it out to Patton. Kept in by Patton. Patton shoots. That one's deflected by Taylor.
Once again, these long-distance shots aren't doing too bad for the Voodoo. One of these times they're actually going to get one to go past.
Big flurry there, but it's broken up by the Voodoo, and now Patton's going to clear, or attempt to. But Travis White keeps that, and White's still with the puck. Good play there as Kreisa was all alone temporarily. Now Fisher shoots that wide.
Hannes has been all over the place defensively lately.
White tries to get it back to the point and does. That hops over the stick, though.
It's out, so that'll be...
That's Taylor who couldn't quite keep that, and now McFarland now for the Voodoo, still with the puck. McFarland's going to dump that deep. And Hansen will come out to play it. And that's such a weapon when your goaltender can handle the puck like that.
Absolutely. Turns defense into offense instantly.
That's wrapped around wide where it's taken by John Taylor. Chips it out. Spear comes up to break that up. Now waiting for his teammates to get on the side. Now Spear brings it in. Casey Spear shoots. That's saved by Hansen. And he covers up. So great play by Spear. He broke up the play at the neutral zone, waited for his teammates to get on side, shot the puck, and then more importantly, followed the puck.
Followed the puck, yeah.
Forced Hansen into making that save and more importantly, freezing the puck and causing a face-off to his left.
Nothing bad happens if you crash the net, ever.
All right, so 12:20 to go here in the third. Still 1-0 Knights on the second of 6 games today in the CIDL.
Nice to be a little bit earlier this week again. And that'll go for icing, I believe.
Yep, that one's going to go all the way down. So again, just going over the schedule, the first game today at 10:30, it was the Wild Goose over the Moose, 5-0. Of course, now we're bringing you the Voodoo and Knights. Next up at 1 o'clock is the Goldfish and Bandits. And that concludes the novice portion of the schedule. And at 2:15, Jesters and Benders in our game of the week here on D-League Radio. Wolverines at Iowans at 3:30, and then the final game is the Stampede versus the Vicious Squirrels. So
all good matchups today.
Lots of great matchups today. McCombs up the clearing tap now. Ernst shoots and scores.
You knew it was finally going to happen. There we go. Ernst with the first goal. He was all over the place. He's been one of the best players for both teams, and he finally was netted on a goal off a rebound where Hansen was just down and out.
So just a crazy sequence. First, Hansen attempted to clear it, but put it right on the stick of McCombs. Made the save on McCombs, but then it squirted over to Ernst, and on that second attempt, Ernst buries it.
And they're saying that the goalie lost his helmet, so are they going to count the goal or not? There's a little bit of discussion going on right now. Hansen's not happy.
Well, they're coming over. Kelleher is talking with the scorer's bench, which leads me to believe this goal will count.
I think it should count, yeah. We'll see what they do.
So puck, or the goal not up on the scoreboard yet.
But we had a face-off in the neutral zone, so you got to figure that they counted it. Otherwise, it would have been a face-off in the offensive zone.
Yep, great point. So I believe we are tied at 1. Now Miller comes in for the Knights. He's tied up by Spear. And Fraken makes the save and freezes the puck. So 10:18 to go. Still no indicator on the scoreboard for Voodoo, even though that face-off was at center ice. So we'll definitely keep tabs on that.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes a second for the scorers to get it up there, and that's okay. But we'll see what happens.
All right, so Spear now tries to get it past Mavridis and does. Here comes Ernst. Mavridis with a veteran play just dumps it right along the boards. Now the Knights with some pressure. Shoots and scores!
And now they take the lead right back. Once again, Fraken was in the right spot, got enough of it. I mean, just went up about 5 feet up in the air, hit the top of the post and went in.
So O'Reilly kept that puck in at the point, got it in the center. I think it's going to be Brad Hall with the initial shot, and then Miller, I think, is going to get credit for the goal.
That's disheartening right there, man. The Voodoo have played so well. You finally tied it up, and then the Knights come down and score. But that's what the Knights do. That's how they're 11-0-1.
All right, so the Voodoo did get credit for that goal. It is up on the board now, but as you said, the Knights brought it right back and retook the lead. 9 minutes to go in the game. We got a great one here. I hope you're enjoying it on D-League Radio. Now Hunter Lee, he battles with Taylor. It's kept in by Gerhardy. Ryan Gerhardy gets around another guy, comes in. Gerhardy loses the puck temporarily, and Fraken makes the save. It looked like Spear was going to intercept that puck, but Gerhardy just got past him, but then lost possession of the puck right at the crucial point, and Fraken made the save.
Gerhardy with 9 goals. He wears number 10 on his jersey. He's looking for number 10 on the season, and almost got it right there.
McFarland now chips it up, and now Hunter Lee gets it out. It's going to be a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Hunter Lee and McFarland. Hunter Lee brings it in. Lee shoots. That hit the post and came out. The Voodoo think they scored, but that thing came out so fast. The referee immediately signaled that it hit the post.
I thought it hit the back post. I thought that was in, but.
Now it's the Knights carrying the play. Gibson centers. Anderson now back on the ice for Voodoo. Taylor fires wide. What an incredible sequence where Hunter Lee thought he had a goal.
I thought he had one too, but
Gerhardy tries the wraparound. Shedaway chips it behind the net for Gerhardy. Rusevsky's going to get there first. And now Anderson gathers it.
Anderson finally out of the sin bin, back on the ice where he belongs.
All right, Hansen comes way out to make that play. Looking to catch the Voodoo in a change. And that's chipped down for icing.
All right. Man, that was, I thought that hit the back post, but either way, no goal.
Well, we do have video on this game today, so although there's no video replay, I will definitely be watching that one later because that was crazy. It looked like, as you said, it almost looked like it hit the post inside the net and came out.
Yeah, and it was such a quick shot, too. I mean, that was a fast shot by Lee.
But Kelleher immediately signaled no goal, and he was in a great position, so we can only assume that he saw that hit the outside post and stay out.
Yeah, he's only about 150 feet closer than we are, so.
Well, that never stopped us from making an opinion.
Absolutely not.
All right, so Kreisa fires that wide.
Whoa, it goes down in the corner.
Travis White keeps it in. He fires. That one's deflected dangerously, but it just goes wide. The Knights now sensing if they can get one more, they can probably put this game away. Good shot there by White, but Fraken makes the save.
right there on Fraken. He just stayed there as soon as he didn't know where the puck was at. And like you said, if you don't know where the puck's at, don't move. Just sit there, and either your teammate will let you know or the ref will let you know where it's at.
So 6:15 to go in the third. Still 2-1 Knights. And just a very well-played, closely contested game. Etnier from the point. That one's deflected. McCombs now gets it up to Patton. Etnier pursues. Patton's with him. Etnier gets there first, and he does clear it up to Kreisa. Kreisa up to White. White centers back to Kreisa. Kreisa, he's bothered by Hannes on a very good defensive play.
Tried to go short side there, just not enough daylight. Fraken was up to the task.
Now McCombs sends it just behind Patton. Etnier gets there again.
Oh.
Rosevsky battles with White. Tries to get around Hannes. Good play there by Nick Hannes. Hannes again.
Jesus.
Kreisa keeps that in. White now behind the net. Looking for Fisher out front. Now gets back to the point where Mavrita shoots. That's deflected over the net.
Just barely over the net.
Kreisa looking for a centering pass. That goes all the way through. It's taken by Fisher. Now Kreisa gets it again in the middle. He shoots wide.
Voodoo really need a change right now.
McCombs trying to clear. Mavridis keeps that in. Kreisa now with the puck. That one's fired, and that Fraken stirs that wide. Voodoo very desperately need to clear. Still kept in. Now McCombs. Still kept in by Kreisa. What a play by Carl Kreisa.
Kreisa doing the army crawl right there.
Now he falls. Big dog pile, but the Knights continue to keep it in. Now here's Mavridis. He centers. That's broken up.
I think it's underneath him. There we go.
Finally, it looks like the Voodoo are going to clear. Maybe.
No.
Nope, Patton overskates it, so Etnier keeps that in. He fires, and finally Hannes gets it out, but just to the red line. The Voodoo are going to change. They better do it quick.
One guy off.
Now Hannes brings it up. He's just going to chip that in. Stays out on the ice, though. Now Hannes again, he tangles with O'Reilly, and the puck is almost semi-frozen along the boards. Now Hunter Lee gets it. Lee with Patton. Now Hall emerges with the puck. Voodoo right in the middle of the change. Here comes Brad Hall. Hall looking for help. Sends it behind the net. Anderson and O'Reilly battle. And now it's behind the net again where it's taken by Spear. Now Jack Miller. He's bothered by Anderson, and that's chipped out. Again, Hansen way out of his net to play it.
Patton finally getting off there. Oh.
Now it's McFarland. Got to wait for Hunter Lee, and does. He's bothered by Hall, though. And O'Reilly has the puck. Sends it behind Miller. Now Miller and Anderson battle along the red line. And Anderson tries to chip it out, but it's kept in by Hall. Brad Hall sends it over for O'Reilly. He gets it past Spear, where Miller takes it behind the net. Jack Miller centers. That's deflected. And now Spear will get it for Voodoo. Casey Spear gets it up to Hunter Lee. Lee fires it. Hansen makes that save. He chips it out. And now O'Reilly gets the puck, looking to get around Anderson. That's going to be offsides as O'Reilly slid into the zone. Now here comes Tom Anderson. He's bothered by Taylor, and that's deflected wide, but Anderson pursues. And that was just cleared out. And that is not going to be icing. Oh, they did call it.
Okay.
They did call it. I thought they were going to say that Spear could have made a play on that puck, but it does come down, and now we're right at 2 minutes. And the clock will stop because we are within, of course, a differential of 2 goals or less at 2-1 Knights.
Great game so far, yeah. You could have gone either way on the icing there, and they went with the icing. I guess advantage Voodoo on that. God, got to get one more here. Too bad there's not overtime in this.
The playoffs are coming. Then we'll have overtime.
Yes, they are. Oh.
All right, so that one goes wide off the shot by Ernst. Anderson tried to chip in. It looks like we're going to have a call here.
High stick, it looks like, or a hook.
I think it's going to be a hook.
Yeah, I think that's going to be on Gerhardy.
And it is Ryan Gerhardy going to the box. So big break now and chance for the Voodoo. As one
and it looks like they're going to take Fraken out. So they're going to have a 6-on-4.
Wow, so big play here
Minute 51
by the
left might as
Voodoo.
well, yeah.
They're going to go for the 6-on-4.
Got Hannes and Spear out there. You got two big shots.
One back by Ernst. Hunter Lee. His shot is blocked by Gibson. Hannes now centers. That one's right on the doorstep. Lee with the puck.
Still loose.
Still loose.
And Hansen covers up finally. Woo.
Hansen just desperately trying to get that puck frozen and finally does. It was flopping around there for what seemed like an eternity if you're a member of the Knights.
Yeah, that puck spent a lot of time in the blue paint there. Just nobody could get a stick on the puck and put it in the back of the net. But man, the Voodoo they're buzzing right now. They can smell the blood in the water like a shark.
All right, so a minute 33 to go. Empty net for the Voodoo, down by 1.
Jeez.
And Nick Hannes got all of that shot, and again, only the fact that Tony Hansen was square to that puck was he able to make that save, because that was point blank, and again, he got all of it.
And Hansen didn't know where it was at. He actually looked behind him real quick. It looked like it ended up in the top of his leg pads.
McFarland again wins it back to Ernst. Jeremy Ernst fires. That just goes wide. Rebound comes out. McFarland fires that wide. So again, the board's so lively. Now Mavridis, he fires it around. Kreis is going to get there first.
Whoops.
But collides with Anderson.
They're going to call a penalty on that?
And now
Be 6-on-3 for a minute 10 here. Kreis is a big body. I don't want that guy coming after me. I used to play against him in roller hockey. He got into me once, and I felt it for about 2 weeks.
So now the rarely seen 6-on-3.
Wow.
As the Knights have 2 in the box, Gerhardy and Kreisia. 1:10 to go. Empty net for Voodoo. McFarland wins it back. Anderson to Hunter Lee in the middle. Lee chips it deep. Right on the doorstep for Hannes. Still loose. Tied up by Mavridis. Now Spear gets it back to Lee. Lee, he centers it. Miller trying to get it out. Kept in by Spear. Casey Spear.
Miller's out of zone. It's 6-on-2.
Back to Lee in the slot. Lee shoots. That's deflected off his own man, Hannes.
42 left.
McFarland now. He battles. Knights desperately need to clear. Now Hunter Lee shoots. That one scores!
And we got a tie game. And that's appropriate. They had been buzzing the whole game. The Voodoo just couldn't get it. They seemed snake bitten, and with 35 seconds left, they tie this game up. 2-2.
So just on an incredible sequence, a 6-on-3 power play. Finally, the Voodoo are able to break through, and this game is tied with 34 seconds to go. And of course, Kreisa remains in the box, so this is going to be a power play for the last 34 seconds of this game.
And Kreisa is probably one of the guys. If you're the Knights, you want him out there. That's a big body guy that can really skate and shoot it. Having him in the box is a huge advantage for the Voodoo.
So McFarland again wins the faceoff. He's won so many in this game, including what led to the goal. Now Spear looking to regroup.
Spear just wasting.
He looks to be content with letting this puck clock run out. Now finally brings it up, although several seconds elapsed there.
I'm not sure what was going on there. They're going to keep Fraken in net too.
Keep Fraken in net. The Knights clear. And that's just about going to do it. We're under 5 seconds now as Rachel Rasevsky gets it. She fires it up the middle, and that will do it.
Maybe they're just content to get the tie there. They had plenty of time. I don't know what was going on there.
Well, in just what was an incredible game, it probably was only fitting that this one end in a tie, JT, because a fantastic game by both teams.
Well, team Voodoo started off really slow this season. They really came on there, and man, they just had the perfect recipe in that game. They're happy with the tie. I mean, they just played great. And the Knights, they got all the firepower. Holding them to 2 goals, that's quite a task. That doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't, but the Voodoo were able to do it. And again, we talked about it early on. They had some big players on the ice for Voodoo, and that made a big difference, I think, in this game. Because, we talk about it often that the Knights are a big team. They're mobile and they're fast, too. And the Voodoo, for the most part, was able to match that today, and I think that showed up on the scoreboard.
It's good. It was a great game, back and forth action. Started off lots of time in the neutral zone early on, then later in the game, just, man, back and forth. That was a blast to watch.
That had a little of everything, and
Yes, it did.
including like we said, a rarely seen 6-on-3 power play. And at the time, when the Voodoo pulled their goaltender, I thought, wow, there's a lot of time left in this game, but it worked out in their favor as they were able to get the equalizer late.
We even had the rare misconduct on Tim Anderson too, or Tom Anderson. Reminds me of Beavis and Butthead when I was growing up. But yeah, remember Tom Anderson in his tool shed? Think of that every single time. But yeah, no, just still, I don't know what happened there, but he was back on the ice in the end, and he definitely was a catalyst for them winning this game in the third, or tying this game up in the third. All
right, so before we wrap this up, we want to remind you, as always, that D-League Radio is brought to you by the Keg Stand, now in their 4th year of being our primary sponsor. Located at 3530 Westtown Parkway in West Des Moines, over 90 beers on tap with new tappings every week, open until 2 a.m. 7 days a week. And, of course, a great place to hang out with friends or catch the big game on one of their big screen TVs. And I want to say, too, that, so many places you go to watch a game, it's almost like you have to beg them to turn on hockey. Not the case at the Keg Stand. They'll have the games on, and it won't be on some little black and white in the corner either.
I know a couple of the D-League Radio guys who were actually there Friday night watching the skills competition. So,
well, there you go.
Yeah.
It's proof right there. All right, so let's go over the totals. Again, a 2-2 tie on just an incredibly entertaining game. Shots on goal ended up being 24-17 in favor of the Voodoo. And the scoring summary is as follows. The first period at 13:01, Jason Shedaway, even strength, unassisted. No scoring in the second, and then we just had a wild third. At 6:37, Jeremy Ernst finally gets Voodoo on the board with an assist by Patrick McFarland. And at 8:15, so not even 2 minutes later, Jack Miller, with an assist by James O'Reilly, pulls the Knights ahead. And then finally, on the oft-mentioned 6-on-3 power play at 17:25, and remember, the third period's only 18 minutes, so there was under a minute to go when Hunter Lee scored on the power play with an assist by Nick Hannes. And that's how we're going to end at 2-2. So, JT, just a very, very entertaining game this afternoon.
Absolutely great game. And, Hannes and Ernst were buzzing the whole time. They ended up getting points today. So, effort rewarded.
All right, so just a great game, and we can only hope that carries over to the rest of the games as we, again, have 4 more to go here. Next up at 1 p.m., it's the Aggressive Goldfish and the Bandits. And that will be the third and final novice tilt of the afternoon. And then at 2:15 in the D-League Radio Game of the Week, it'll be the Jesters and Benders. 3:30, we'll see the Wolverines take on the Iowans. And then finally, the 6th game of the day, the Stampede versus the Vicious Squirrels. All right, so that'll just about do it here as we're wrapping up the second of 6 contests. So for JT Nutt and executive producer Rich Harms, I'm Matt Whips. You've been listening to D-League Radio.